Next, we're gonna get into Locke Key, which is this is probably weird for Wolf. We're gonna get into Locke Key, which is a Netflix series that is based off a graphic novel. We watched the trailer on the podcast. I finished watching the show before Rick, and I think Rick was gonna probably watch it all along, but I heavily endorsed it, and I was like, man, I really like this. So yeah, spoilers. We're gonna review this now, if anyone,
should we do overall thoughts or just
we'll do that, and then like we can get into spoiler territory. We'll let people know when we're gonna do that. So Wolf, if it's something you're interested in, just mute when it comes to that time. But I really like this a lot. This is one of those things where actually I feel like the more time that has passed since I finished watching it, I've liked it more and more. It's kind of weird. Not that I didn't like it in the moment, I did, but like the more I think about it, like I'm like, man, I really like that world. Like I'm actually kind of interested in reading the graphic novels. You know,
I've been hearing that a lot from a lot of people after people watching it.
It seems really cool.
They want to check out the comic book.
And I always struggle with that though a little bit, because at the same time I want to be completely surprised by the show. You know what I mean? And so like, while that is something I think would be fun to do while I pass the time, and I get that
the first trade.
You know, I get that like while even you could still enjoy something. Like we could be excited about something like The Last of Us, even though we've played the game. You know, and we can get excited by the show even though we kind of know the story. But I really just, what made this fun to me was like just how unexpected it all was. Like I didn't know it was going to be as adult as it was, because like I said, the trailer to me when I watched it, I thought it seemed like it was trending more towards younger
kids.
But the trailer, like I don't know how. I don't want to call it a bad trailer, but yeah, like it was like, oh, this looks really fun. Like I don't think it's a kid show, but this looks fun. But then I'm like, oh shit, like there's like a sex scene and like there's cussing, and I'm like, okay, wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so that's what makes me hesitate about reading this stuff. And I hear you could read the first trade, but like I don't know if this whole first season covers that, like, or if it dives into other stuff. I'd have to really research it, and maybe that will be something that I do while waiting for a second season. I'm sure there's going to be one. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm sure there will be one. But yeah, I'm rambling. I like this a lot, and like I said, the more that I've sat with it, the more I've liked it. So Rick, what did you think of Locke Key?
So yeah, real quick, do want to say though the graphic novel is written by Joe Hill. The artist is Gabriel Rodriguez. Like I said, I've read some of the first trade.
Didn't you basically just read like the first issue?
Pretty much, just like the first two issues. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I liked it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Everything about this was the trailer is deceiving. The trailer is 100% deceiving.
I feel like we should watch the trailer again now that we've seen the trailer.
They're going to be seeing the trailer as we're talking.
No, but we should. Not for the podcast. At some point, we should.
Right.
Because I want to remember. I want to see if I just like, now that I've seen it, if I just got a really not bad, but if I misjudged it.
But what's good is like it did hide a lot of the great things that come out from this series, but the show, the acting is amazing. The kids are fantastic. I think they were cast perfectly when you compare it to the graphic novel and how they look. Like the little kid kind of looks. Boy looks pretty much like the drawing
he's awesome
from the show.
By the way. Like,
and I think he was probably my favorite character of the entire show.
The kid Bodhi was really cool.
Bodhi, yeah. The family, the whole Locke family, like they were great in this. Like, what I loved about this is the well thought out storytelling. In each episode, and the way they leave you hanging for that next episode.
Yeah.
And the mysteries behind the keys, and finding the new keys, finding out who that person is in the whale, and
in the whale.
Sorry.
In the well.
Yeah.
You got all accenty for a second.
Why? I love everything about the show. Like, I think this is a great adaptation from, at least from the 2 issues that I've read. I don't know what people who actually read the series think, because I don't know anyone who has read it. If you have, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
I think they did a really good job. You touched on this a little bit of, like kind of sucking you into that world. Like instantly in the first episode, I started to like, I love the atmosphere of the show. I like the mystery of the keys. Like the show is creepy, not like, I think I kind of knew that it would have a little bit of a creepy tinge to it, but I wasn't totally sure. But just all of it, like I said, the atmosphere, the creepiness, getting really excited, I guess, what I call it, the lore or the backstory, like of all of it, like, and I just feel like there's so many different ways that they could go. I know they have source material, but I really liked it, and like you said, I enjoyed all the actors. I just think it's a really, really fun show. It's one of those things. I think I kind of feel about this the way that I did after watching Stranger Things for the first time. Like, it's kind of like when it was over, I'm like, fuck, I wish I had more of that. You know what I mean? Like, I almost want to revisit it, but it's like too soon. Like, I like the headspace it put me in, and I just had a really good time watching it. I think that's what, it was just really fun to watch. I was actually sad that the episodes were a little bit shorter than most of, like for the most part, like some of them were like, I think one was like 28 minutes. Like this was not an hour long show.
There wasn't an hour long, huh?
No, there is some. I think the first episode was 54 minutes, maybe. And there was a couple that were in the 40s. I think it landed somewhere in the 38 to 40 minute mark, which is fine without commercials. It's totally fine. But I got so into it, like I wanted it just to be longer. Like that was actually one thing. Although I loved it, I was kind of sad when I'm Not Okay With This. I saw that like that show is like short as fuck. But it works, so it doesn't really matter. But you know what I mean? Like, when you get really into something and into that world, you want to have something a little bit more to sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think that's why I'm interested in wanting to, like, read the graphic novels, too, or the comics, or whatever you call them. Because I just got really into the story. And I'm really, really excited to... I'm really excited to find out that they get renewed and to watch more. And I really hope that more happens. So, did I see you have a $50 Netflix credit?
Yeah.
How? Why?
Because so I don't have to have it charged to my car all the time. I just buy a gift card and then add the credit to it, so I don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
I'm weird.
You are. Definitely.
I was trying to pull up the how long they actually are.
Oh.
But
why can't you do it?
You can do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it on my phone. Your turn to talk.
So, yeah, I like watching this. Like, it feels new and refreshing. To me, like,
I think fun is a good way to describe it. I think the show's just really fun.
Well, no, yeah, it is fun. I just mean like new and refreshing from like everything else we've been like consuming as far as television and movies. And
okay, I completely underestimated. I mean, first episode was 56 minutes, second was 50, and then after that, every episode after that is all over 40.
Okay.
49,
yeah, I thought it was a little
40.
bit longer.
But I mean, like some of these shows are like a straight
They don't feel
hour.
that long. That's the thing. Like you're watching
that's a
this
good way, yeah.
and they don't. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just they don't feel that long because of how well the pacing of the story is. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. I think I just remember. I got excited. I'm like, oh, cool, 10 episodes. But I think I was a little bummed that like they weren't a straight hour. You know what I mean? But they're close enough. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed. Like I said, I'm just gonna repeat myself, but I enjoyed it a lot.
I don't really have any complaints.
I don't. I honestly don't either.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually would legit sit down and watch this whole thing again, like very soon.
Yeah.
Like it was really fun.
Yeah, and as far as like the visual effects in this were amazing.
Yeah.
Like the way they showed Bodhi use that key where he walks into it and his body, he basically leaves his body, the whole outer body experience. And you have him like, you see the visual effects of him like floating around or whatever. That looked like straight out of the comic book. And the comic book is like the way he's like, when you're watching the show, the way he's like glimmering and shining, like that's how it looks in the comic book.
Yeah.
So like the fact that they could replicate that so well, or at least could get that close to it, I thought was amazing.
It looked awesome.
So, yeah. That was something that I really liked a lot. Yeah. Oh man, I have nothing bad to say about this.
We don't know what to say. I know there was one part that irritated you at one point, but I think it's just because you were into the show. Like you thought someone did something stupid.
Yeah, one thing, that's spoiler territory. One thing did bug me, and it's kind of like common sense. Like, why would you do that? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm saying that in a pure, like, come on. Like, I know it's to develop the story, to move the story forward.
Yeah.
But it's like any sane person would have.
Right.
Like, I think if you were in that situation, like, no, do this while you go do that.
Yeah, I totally get it. But, yeah, just the more I sit here and talk about it, it's just like, I want more. I want more really bad. And, like, that's how much I really enjoyed this world and this story. I mean, just all of it. Like, I don't think we're going to get into spoilers. But I mean, I'll say spoilers like right now because I'm just going to say a few things. Like, I mean, I just think even at the beginning, you know, when he first hears the voice in the well and stuff, and like, I didn't know what this was going to be. You knew more than I did, but I'm like, oh, fuck, like, that's creepy. Like, is that going to be a voice the whole time?
Yeah.
Or are we going to see somebody? But then, you know, you see, I'm like, oh, wait, there is somebody fucking down there, but you don't see them. But then you see, it's just, like, just all of it. That house is rad as hell, too. Like, and so that's something like, I think that's why, another reason why I like this so much, because like another thing that's cool about another show that I've talked on and on and on and went on and on and on about that you need to watch is Haunting of Hill House. And another thing that's cool about that show is the house itself is almost like a part of the cast because it looks so awesome. And I think the house in this show does a similar,
its own character.
Does a similar thing. Yeah.
The house plays the character.
Yeah. You gotta watch Haunting of Hill House. Yeah. You have to. But yeah. This is, sorry if this is like a shit review. I just really fucking love the storytelling. I love the world. I loved all of it.
Let's jump into spoilers. So
Okay,
we're gonna go straight into spoilers now for.
Right. I'm gonna let you lead the charge.
Locke
I
Key.
don't know what to talk about.
But yeah, okay. So here we go. Spoilers. 3, 2, 1. It's on you. The part what I talked about earlier about like how could you do that is. They went. It's in the last episode or second to last episode where they got to get the crown for that key, right? And rather than her leaving the key for the crown with them while she goes back to the house to go grab the crown, she takes the key with her to get the crown.
Yeah.
Which you know that Echo or what was the other name that they used? Dodge was gonna be there waiting for her.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why?
But the only thing I can
guess... That's the only thing that bothered me.
Yeah, the only thing I can guess is because that crown is very powerful when it has combined with the key, is the hope is, well,
she was gonna use
I know where it is, and I'll just get to it first, and I'll put it on, and it'll be amazing, because then I can control everything.
But, yeah, the way that twisted to her achieving the crown.
Yeah.
And then the Billie Eilish song, "You Should See Me in a Crown," was just like perfect for that. That was the only part that bothered me. Everything else, not really bothered me.
Bother you. It's just, I mean, I get it, but you see my point with that too. I can see that side of it also.
It's there's a technical word for it, but it moves the story forward. That being said, though, like. Some of my favorite parts in this was once she has the crown and she goes to the Locke house and the kids figure out it's the darkness that brings the shadows to them. So they trying to turn on all the lights. The little kid with the lightsaber or a fake lightsaber. But hold on, give me he gets the key, which I think was the one that sparks the fire.
Yeah. And
attaches it to his lightsaber, which I thought was the best thing ever. That was my favorite part.
Of course.
Because then he ends up battling this dark demon with his modified lightsaber, ends up stabbing the demon. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Um,
Watching the show too, like, you know, you're watching that last episode and their plan basically works, and I'm like, and so I'm watching it and I'm like, well, that, I didn't know how much time was left in the show, but I'm like, that went really smoothly. I'm like, so I'm kind of waiting for what's gonna, like, okay, what's gonna go wrong? Like, where did they fuck up? What happened? You know what I mean? And then, you know, even though I was waiting for that and expecting that, like, it was awesome to watch, you know, the twist or whatever unfold, you know, because, like,
yeah, I knew something. Everybody knows something was up. We just
obviously, because
it
was so neat. I'm like, man, that worked way too, like, tie a bow on it, and like, and I'm like, I feel like there's so much show left still, like, so there's got to be something that's gonna go down, and yeah, it did.
Like, I honestly thought, like, okay, they actually did throw her there, but we do say, well, I mean, they do say, like, when you open the Omega door, make sure you don't get hit by anything, and that one person did get hit.
Which we didn't know.
No, but there was a shot where one of the things went through the
right, but we didn't. But you don't know that somebody got hit. You don't find that out until later.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I thought he got hit.
Yeah.
Okay, no. I guess he didn't. I guess it just went through his jacket.
No, you have no. You as far from I could be wrong, but because you watched it more recently than me. But I mean, from what I remember, you have no clue that anybody got hit until they show, like, that other angle and they're, like, retelling their story. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, that was supposed to be an unveiling.
That wasn't unveiling for me. I just thought that when that piece of light or nugget, whatever it was.
Yeah, but they avoided it. They didn't indicate that anybody got hit.
I'll have to show it to you just so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
that's like,
nothing happened is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Until we later find out.
Well, something did happen, but again, we don't know. As the viewer, we don't know. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is we don't actually know that anybody got touched by anything until the very, very end.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because everyone was acting normal, like everything worked. Yeah, it kept me guessing. The ending kept me guessing, which is
yeah, because I'm like, okay, something's gonna come, but I have no idea.
I like that. And yeah, that's set up for what hopefully is the next season is gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm sure it'll get renewed. I remember watching it. I'm like, where? Like, this town that they're in, especially like at the very end when they pan away at the town and that they're filming it. I'm like, that's not in America. I'm like, where is that? And I look it up, and of course it's in Nova Scotia.
I was gonna say it's probably Canada.
It's called Lunenburg, and it looks really fucking cool. But yeah, man, yeah, you could show me the part, but I mean, yeah, from what I recall, like, that's one thing that I thought was funny is, like, you're watching that part and, like, okay, no one got hurt, no one got touched by anything, like, they told them to avoid stuff, we think we did, and then they start...
That was Aaron Ashmore. God damn it, I knew that was him.
They start doing all those flashes, and that's how we see, like, you know, they kind of unravel the mystery. Who's Aaron Ashmore?
He played the uncle.
Yeah, I know, but who is he? Like, what do you know him from?
He has a twin, so I'm not sure which one. Yeah,
he was in Veronica Mars.
Yeah, he was in Veronica Mars, but he was also in X-Men, I believe.
Okay.
Unless I'm thinking of his brother.
You must be thinking of his brother.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Palo Alto?
No.
He has a twin brother?
Yeah, he has a twin brother.
I mean, X-Men, yeah, he's not.
Yeah, then it's probably his brother. Yeah, I know it's one of them. He was in Smallville then? Was he in Smallville? I don't know. Anyways, I knew it was Sean Ashmore is his brother. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they do look alike. They're twins.
He's in
X-Men. He's in the one in X-Men. Yeah.
That's,
God, I remember
what Frozen is that?
I wanted to watch that.
The non-animated Frozen.
Yeah, he was in a movie called Frozen where him and I think someone else with him gets trapped on a ski lodge or ski. I don't know what lift. Ski lift. Yeah. But anyways, I knew it was one of the Ashmores.
So yeah, I can't say enough good things about Locke Key. I highly recommend it. I really want it to get renewed. I think it will. And I guess I'll just have to keep having this constant battle with myself if I want to read some of the comics.
Just read it.
I just don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil territory that the show hasn't gotten to. I guess there's that. So I guess I could read up to that point, you know? I guess I could do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure someone in the comments will let us know.
Yeah. Like, because I understand I could still get enjoyment out of like, oh, well, I read this and now it's a movie. Like, you still get excited about that. But for this was something that was completely new to me that I just got attracted to off the trailer, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know how much, like, I had the same struggle with Walking Dead. You know, I started watching Walking Dead when it started, and I was like, oh, I think I did. I bought, what do they call it? What's it called?
Trade?
There's a trade, and then there's the bigger things. They call it a compendium.
Oh.
I think. And so I bought one of the Walking Dead compendium things. I haven't touched it, but I have it. But I kept stopping myself from reading because I didn't want to spoil anything about the show. And I did the same thing with True Blood. True Blood, they had like the books. And like, I know Bryant started reading the books, but I wasn't quite sure that I wanted to do that because I wanted to watch the show unfold. So it's something that I guess it's probably like my issue, but it's something I
weird.
kind of wrestle with. Why is that weird?
I don't know. I find that weird. Because I wouldn't mind reading the book or reading the comic.
What if it
before it comes out or even after it comes out?
But if you see the show first and the show's telling you the story, and now the first season's over and you have to wait for season 2, like, I don't know that I want to read the book and have some of season 2 spoiled for me before it's time.
I don't really see it as spoiling for me. I just want to see what they take out and what they keep. That's how I see it as.
I'd rather do that after the fact. I started with the show. I feel like I want to finish with the show. You know what I mean? Like, I could watch the show unfold and I'd have no problem then reading the... You get what I'm saying.
Book,
I don't need to explain it. All right, let's move on. Lock and Key. Recommend?
Yes, 100%.
All right.